What else? Well, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Thursday, April 14th, 2022, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for the Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Lupin star Omar Sy and Laurent Lafitte are two cops with completely different styles who must work as a team in the new trailer for the upcoming buddy cop action The Takedown. Sy portrays Ousmane Dekite with Lafitte as Francois Mong, who get paired together once again for a new investigation that will take them across France in the clip released on Wednesday. The pair investigate a drug deal that turns out to be a high-scale criminal case. Ousmane and Francois bicker throughout their action-packed adventure and also join forces with Isa Haglian's Alice, who appears to be interested in Ousmane. The duo find themselves in a cliff slide car chase and having to escape a crumbling building together. The Takedown reunites Sy with Lupin director Louis Leterrier, who directs the new film. Stephanie Kazanjian wrote the script. The Takedown, which serves as a sequel to On the Other Side of the Tracks, is coming to Netflix on May 6. CBS will revive its classic Saturday night movie franchise to broadcast Top Gun, the 1986 highest-grossing movie, next month. On May 14th, viewers can stream the Paramount Pictures action drama film starring Tom Cruise at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and on demand via Paramount Plus. The original Top Gun explores the dangers and excitement awaiting Navy pilots attending its prestigious fighter weapons school. Cruise stars in the Tony Scott-directed film as a daring young flyer, Lieutenant Pete Maverick Mitchell. And Kelly McGillis portrays Charlie, a civilian instructor. Val Kilmer, Anthony Edwards, and Meg Ryan also star in the film. Next month's special broadcast serves as the promo for the upcoming sequel Top Gun Maverick, which will be released on May 27th. The sequel will have its world premiere at the Cannes Film Festival on May 18th. Cruise and Kilmer reprise their roles as Maverick and Iceman 36 years later, with Miles Teller, Jennifer Connelly, John Hamm, and Glenn Powell also joining the cast. Jenna Bush Hager will miss this week's episodes of Today after testing positive for COVID-19. Hager's co-host Hoda Kotb said on the show Wednesday that Hager, who's 40, and her family tested positive for the virus and are quarantining. Kotb says Jenna's not here. Jenna got COVID, but she's doing great. Her whole family has it. You know how it is. Everyone gets it. They quarantine, and then in 5 days later, everything is going to be just fine. She added, I talked to her on the phone. She's great. She's feeling good. Hager confirmed the news with the photo on Instagram stories. She wrote, this is the face of a COVID plus mom. We are all isolated and feeling super grateful for the vaccine and my darling babes. Hager and her husband Henry Hager have 3 children, daughters Mila 8 and Poppy 6, and son Hal 2. Kotb herself tested positive for COVID-19 in January. Hager joined Today as a permanent co-host in April 2019. She celebrated her 3rd anniversary of co-hosting the show with Kotb last week. Hager wrote on Instagram, happy 3 years to the greatest at Hoda Kotb. I love you as much as you love Nola and Crawfish and Alicia Keys. Thank you for being the most generous and open-hearted partner. Peacock has unveiled the cast for its Ted series. The streaming service confirmed Wednesday that Seth MacFarlane will reprise the voice role of Ted, the lovable, foul-mouthed teddy bear he played in the Ted films. Georgia Wigham, Max Burkholder, and Scott Grimes will star with MacFarlane. Burkholder will play John Bennett, an awkward but likable teen who does his best to navigate adolescence with Ted's help, while Wigham will portray Blair Bennett, John's cousin, and a smart and politically correct college student. Grimes has been cast as Matty Bennett, John's dad, and Blair's uncle, a blustering blue-collar Bostonian who thinks he's the unequivocal boss in the family. Ted is based on the 2012 film of the same name and its sequel, Ted 2, 2015, which follows an adult John played by Mark Wahlberg. The series is a prequel that takes place in Boston in 1993. MacFarlane will direct all episodes and serve as a writer, showrunner, and executive producer with Paul Krogan and Brad Walsh. Peacock has yet to announce a release date for Ted. RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 7 has announced that its roster of queens will be made up of previous winners. The 8 queens come from throughout the RuPaul Drag Race franchise and will be competing for $200,000 in the title of Queen of All Queens. The roster includes All-Star Season 5 winner Sheila Cooley, Drag Race Season 12 winner Jada Essence Hall, Drag Race Season 11 winner Yvette Oddly, All-Star Season 4 winner Trinity the Tuck, and Monet Times Change, Dragon Race Season 4 winner Jinx Monsoon, Dragon Race Season 3 winner Raja, and Dragon Race UK Season 1 winner The Vivian. The official RuPaul Drag Race Twitter account says, Star Statement Legends, said next to a photo featuring the entire cast of Champion Queens in Season 7. RuPaul Drag Race All-Stars Season 7 is coming to Paramount Plus on May 20th. Kylie Sonique Love was crowned the winner of the RuPaul Drag Race All-Stars Season 6 in September. Love is the first transgender woman to win a U.S. version of Drag Race. Peacock is giving a glimpse of its Queer as Folk reboot. The streaming service shared a premiere date June 9th and first look photos for the series Wednesday. Queer as Folk is a reboot of the British series created by Russell T Davies. The original show follows 3 gay men living in Manchester and was previously adapted as a Showtime series set in Pittsburgh. Peacock's Queer as Folk takes place in New Orleans and follows a diverse group of friends whose lives are transformed in the aftermath of a tragedy. Devin Way, Fing Argus, Jesse James Cattell, CJ, Johnny Silbilly, and Ryan O'Connell star with Kim Cattrall, Juliette Lewis, Ed Begley Jr., Armand Fields, Chris Renolfo, and Lucas Cage will appear as guest stars. The reboot is created, written, and executive produced by Stephen Dunn, with Jacqueline Moore as writer and executive producer. Dunn said in a statement, like most Queer 90 kids, I had a unique relationship with the original Queer as Folk. Growing up, I was desperate for any sort of connection with people like me. It was the first time I really felt seen. I'm honored that Russell T Davies entrusted me to continue this legacy. Hulu is giving a glimpse of the new series Candy. The streaming service shared a trailer for the true crime series Wednesday featuring Jessica Biel as a convicted killer, Candy Montgomery. Candy explores the real-life story of Montgomery, played by Biel, a Texas housewife who killed her friend, Betty Gore, played by Melanie Linsky, with an axe in 1980. The trailer shows how Montgomery's affair with Gore's husband, Alan, played by Pablo Schreiber, led to fatal results. The official description reads, Candy Montgomery is a 1980s housewife and mother who did everything right, good husband, 2 kids, nice house, even the careful planning and execution of transgression, but when the pressures of conformity builds within her, her action screams just for a bit of freedom, until someone tells her to shush, with deadly results. Timothy Simmons and Raul Esparza also star. Robin Veith wrote the pilot script and will executive produce with Beal, Nick Astoska, Alex Heldlund, Michelle Purple, and Michael Oppenthal. Candy will mark Beal's first TV role since Facebook Watch series Limetown. She also starred in the first season of the USA Network series The Sinner. Cuba Gooding Jr. pleaded guilty in a New York courtroom on Wednesday to single counts of forcible touching, court documents showed. The 54-year-old actor pleaded guilty to the Class A misdemeanor, the most serious of the 6 other charges. The charges stem from accusations that Gooding fondled 3 women on separate occasions between October 2018 and June 2019. Gooding was first arrested on June 13, 2019, on the original misdemeanor charges for having touched a 29-year-old woman at a Manhattan lounge. At the time, his lawyer Mark J. Heller told the New York Post the charges were a product of his client being a celebrity and were unfounded. Heller said at the time, the new accuser is just one more splinter that comes out of the woodwork when a celebrity is criminally charged, but none of the splinters will form a plank leading to his conviction because he has not committed any crime. The Oscar winner has begun alcohol and behavior modification treatment, and if he continues both without further arrest, can reduce the charge down to harassment, potentially having his case sealed. A friend of Johnny Depp, who lived in the same apartment building as the actor when he was married to Amber Heard, testified in a Virginia court Wednesday that though the actress told him Depp struck her, he never saw any evidence of abuse. Isaac Barach told the court that Heard told him Depp threw a phone at her face and hit her in 2006. Barach testified, and I'm looking because I had just seen her 2 feet away, and I'm going, where? And she puts her head out. She puts her face out like that for me to look at the right side of her face. I'm looking at a cheek, I'm looking at her chin, I'm looking at the other side of the face, I'm looking at the whole thing, and I don't see anything. I don't see a cut, bruise, swell, redness. It's just Amber's face. Barach says he didn't notice any makeup on her face at the time. The testimony came on day 3 of Depp's $50 million defamation trial against Heard and Ed of the Washington Post, in which she said she was a victim of domestic violence. She didn't explicitly name her the Rum Diary co-star in the article, but Depp said it was clear she was referencing to him after obtaining a temporary restraining order against him during their 2016 divorce proceeding. Heard is countersuing Depp for $100 million. In 2020, Depp lost a libel lawsuit against the parent company of the Sun newspaper after the tabloid called him a wife-beater in the headline. Barach, an artist, said Depp let him stay at one of the apartments he owned at the building where he and Heard also live, along with the Aquaman's actor's sister, Whitney Heard. The two men were childhood friends, and Barach testified that over the years the actor has given him about $100,000 as a patron of his art. Barach says the allegations against Depp are a malicious lie by Heard. Depp's family has been completely wrecked by all of this stuff, he said. It's not fair. It's insane how this happened. On Tuesday, Depp's sister, Christy Deborotsky, testified that their mother was abused towards them. She says, none of what was happening in our home felt good, and so as I got older, both Johnny and I we decided that once we had our own home, we were never going to repeat ever anything similar in any way to our childhood. We were going to do it different. Depp filed a defamation lawsuit against Heard in 2019, but the trial had been delayed due to the COVID-19 restrictions. The judge expects the trial to last 6 weeks. The Peabody Awards Board of Jurors has announced the nominations for the 2022 Peabody Awards. The winners of the 82nd Annual Peabody Awards will be named during a virtual ceremony June 6th to the 9th that will be available on the Peabody official YouTube channel and social media pages. The Peabody Award recognizes compelling and empowering stories released in broadcasting and streaming media, including TV, podcasts, and radio and documentaries. PBS leads this year's nominees with 13 nominations, followed by HBO with 8, Hulu and Netflix with 5 each, with the New York Times and NBC having 4. The nominations include the Hulu series Dope Sick, starring Michael Keaton, the Showtime drama Yellow Jackets with Melanie Linsky, and the Hulu mystery comedy Only Murders in the Building, starring Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. Peabody executive producer Jeffrey Jones says, following yet another turbulent year, Peabody is proud to honor an array of stories that poignantly and professionally and powerfully help us make sense of the challenges we face as a nation and the world. Demonstrating the immense power of stories, these nominees expose our societal failures and celebrate the best of the human spirit. They are worthy of recognition, and Peabody is proud to celebrate them. The Alliance for Women in Media Foundation has announced the winners of the 2022 Gracie Awards. The 47th Annual Awards will take place May 24th at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel in Los Angeles. The Gracie Awards recognize exemplary talent and programming created by and about women in radio, television, and digital medias. The award shines a spotlight on women in the industry who continue to inspire and support others, break down barriers, and lead by example in creating opportunities for future generations. This year's honorees include Melissa McCarthy, Kelly Clarkson, Elle Fanning, Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb, Caitlin Dever, Tamron Hall, Ellen Kay, Angie Martinez, and Dana Cortez. AWMF President Becky Brooks said in a statement, throughout this past year, we have seen a number of remarkable projects by and about inspirational women. We're honored to shine a spotlight on these women whose stories have driven cultural awareness, offer entertainment that has made us laugh, cry, and everything in between. Netflix subscribers in Russia have filed a class action lawsuit against the streaming giant for its decision to withdraw from the country over its invasion and bloody war in the Ukraine. The suit argues that Netflix's decision to block access to the streaming service in Russia violated their rights. It seeks about $726,000 in compensation. Netflix withdrew from Russia last month after Moscow sent troops into the Ukraine, joining a host of other foreign companies that have abandoned Russia over the fighting. It also killed plans to acquire Russian-created television shows and films. Um, Law firm Chekhnestov, Lukyanov and Partners said, according to The Guardian, a law firm represents the interests of Netflix users file a class action lawsuit against the American Netflix service with the Chaminolchesky's District Court of Moscow. The reason for the lawsuit was a violation of Russian users' rights due to Netflix's unilateral refusal to provide service in Russia. The law firm says 20 people are part of the class action suit, but noted that there are a dozen more applications seeking to join the legal action. In March, Russian President Vladimir Putin approved a law that targets journalists and criminalizes any reports that the government considers to be phony about the fighting in Ukraine, including calling it a war. The National Recording Registry has added music from Alicia Keys, the Wu-Tang Clan, Queen, Bonnie Raitt, Ricky Martin, Linda Ronstadt, A Tribe Called Quest, Journey, Buena Vista Social Club, and more. Carla Hayden, the Library of Congress, announced Tuesday the 25 recordings that will be added. She says the National Recording Registry reflects the diverse music and voices that have shaped our nation's history and culture through recorded sound. The National Library is proud to preserve these recordings, and we welcome the public's input. We received about 1,000 public nominations this year for recordings to add to the registry. The number of titles in the registry are now up to 600, which represents a small portion of the library's vast recorded sound collections of nearly 4 million items. These latest additions to the registry span from 1921 all the way up to 2010 and include rock, pop, R&B, hip-hop, and country to Latin, Motown, jazz, and recordings of history. Keys said of her album's induction into the registry, "I'm so honored and grateful that songs in A minor, the entire album gets to be recognized as such a powerful body of work that is just going to be timeless." Joss Stone is postponing dates of her tour amid her pregnancy. The 35-year-old said Tuesday on Instagram that she is canceling or pushing back several shows to February and March 2023. Stone's shows at the Lane Bluefest in Norway and Herbsticle Festival in Switzerland have been canceled, while 3 shows in Poland have been postponed to February and March of 2023. Stone announced Monday that she is expecting her second child with her boyfriend, Cody DeLuce. The singer and DeLuce already have a daughter, Violet, who was born in January 2021. In a video on Instagram, Stone said she previously had a miscarriage in October. The singer says, "It was really horrible because it was my baby, and I know that a lot of women go through it. It was just hard." She added, "I went to the doctor and said, 'Why has this happened?' And he says, 'We don't know why, Josh. These things just happen by just the luck of the gods. It's not your fault.'" Stone said her doctor told her to return to his office when daffodils bloom. She said, before holding up a sonogram, "That's the beautiful part of the story. There are rainbows after storms." Stone released her 8th studio album, Never Forget My Love, in February. And finally, J Balvin has postponed his 2022 Jose Tour, citing COVID-19 related production challenges. The Jose Tour, named after Balvin's latest album, was set to begin Tuesday in San Antonio before wrapping up on June 4th in Coliseo de Puerto Rico in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Balvin was on Instagram tickets, said on Instagram tickets will be honored at future dates and will be announced in the future. Balvin says, "Throughout the past year, we have been working tirelessly to bring you an exciting and immersive Jose Tour USA experience where everybody feels welcome to the party. COVID has caused some unforeseen production challenges, and I wouldn't be able to keep my promise of giving you the best show possible." He continued, because I love you, I believe you deserve that, I made the difficult decision to reschedule the tour." Balvin also thanked fans for their support. He says, "I'm continuously in awe of all of your love and support, and I can't wait to see you on the road when we will celebrate together and keep the good vibes rolling." Pitbull recently announced a new North American tour that will begin in July. And that is the entertainment report for Thursday, April 14th, 2022. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.